Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Jasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Jasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् हिस्बैंक ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् हिस्बैंक ग्रेस श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री श्री गौनिताई की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the Samadhivatis, all glories to the Samadhivatis, all glories to the Samadhivatis, all glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Vasabhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Prachadine, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first skanda, chapter number 24. Sloka number 30. Atha Bhagavata Yuyam Priyaya Priyaha. Sta Bhagavan Yatha Na mat bhagavatanam cha preyan anyaha asti karichit. Atha bhagavata yoyam priyasta bhagavan yatha namad bhagavatanam cha preyan anyosti karichit. Atha bhagavata yoyam priyasta bhagavan yatha Namadbhagavatanam cha preyananyosti karichit atha bhagavata yoyam priyasta bhagavan yatha Namadbhagavatanam cha preyananyosti karichit. Anyone else? Vaishnavis? Atha, therefore, Bhagavataha, devotees, yuyam, all of you, priyaha, very dear to me, sta, you are, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yatha, as, na, neither, mat, than me, Bhagavatanam, of the devotees, cha, also, preyan, very dear, anyaha, others, asti, there is, karichit, at any time. Translation: you are all devotees of the Lord, and as such, I appreciate that you are as respectable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. I know in this way that the devotees also respect me, and that I am dear to them. Thus, no one can be as dear to the devotees as I am. Please repeat. You are all devotees of the Lord, and as such I appreciate that you are as respectable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. I know in this way that the devotees also respect me, and that I am dear to them. Thus, no one can be as dear to the devotees as I am. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It is said, Vaishnavanam yatha Sambhu. Lord Shiva is the best of all devotees. Therefore, all devotees of Lord Krishna are also devotees of Lord Shiva. In Vrindavan, there is Lord Shiva's temple called Gopishwar. The gopis used to worship not only Lord Shiva, but Katyayani or Durga as well. But their aim was to attain the favor of Lord Krishna. A devotee of the Lord, Krishna, does not disrespect Lord Shiva, but worships Lord Shiva as the most exalted devotee of Lord Krishna. Consequently, whenever a devotee worships Lord Shiva, he prays to Lord Shiva to achieve the favor of Krishna, and he does not request material profit. In the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 20th sloka, it is said that generally people worship demigods for some material profit. Kamastaistharitagnyana, driven by material lust, they worship demigods, but the devotee never does so, for he is never driven by material lust. That is the difference between a devotee's respect for Lord Shiva and an asura's respect for him. The asura worships Lord Shiva, takes some benediction from him, misuses the benediction, and ultimately is killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who awards him liberation. Because Lord Shiva is a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he loves all the devotees of the Supreme Lord. Lord Shiva told the Prachetas that because they were devotees of the Lord, he loved them so much, very much. Lord Shiva was not kind and merciful only to the Prachetas. Anyone who is a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very dear to Lord Shiva. Not only are the devotees dear to Lord Shiva, but he respects them as much as he respects the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, devotees of the Supreme Lord also worship Lord Shiva as the most dear devotee of Lord Krishna. They do not worship him as a separate personality of Godhead. It is stated in the list of Namaparad that it is an offense to think that the chanting of the name of Hari and the chanting of Hara or Shiva are the same. The devotees must always know that Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and that Lord Shiva is his devotee. A devotee should be offered respect on the level of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and sometimes even more respect. Indeed, Lord Rama, the Personality of Godhead himself, sometimes worshipped Lord Shiva. If a devotee is worshipped by the Lord, why should a devotee not be worshipped by other devotees on the same level with the Lord? This is the conclusion. From this verse, it appears that Lord Shiva blesses the Asuras simply for the sake of formality. Actually, he loves one who is devotee to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janasalakaya Chakshuranmeditam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapalantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vidanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sri Sri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. This sloka spoken by Lord Shiva to the Prachetas. At the beginning, when they met, Lord Shiva was very happy to see the Prachetas because he understood that these Prachetas are devotees of Lord Vishnu. And therefore, Lord Shiva became very happy to meet such great devotees. And he wanted to see them and to bless them, to give them some instructions, and he is going to speak to the Prachetas in the following slokas of this 24th chapter Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva. So, here these slokas, this one and the one before, clearly establish the relationship between Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and the devotees of Lord Vishnu, the devotees of Lord Shiva, their relationship and how they worship each other with a great love and devotion. As explained by Lord Shiva here in this sloka, that just like you are all devotees of the Lord, and therefore I understand that you are as worshipable or as respectable as Supreme Lord Vishnu himself. In this way, Lord Shiva exemplifies the attitude that we should have between our attitude to Lord Vishnu, who is the all-worshipable Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees of Lord Vishnu. It is said that the devotees of Lord Vishnu should be worshipped on the equal level with the Personality of Godhead. So Lord Shiva is the example of a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Here it is quoted, Vaishnavanam yatha Sambhu. Amongst all the Vaishnavas, Sambhu is the greatest. He is perfectly following the etiquette, worshipping the devotees of the Lord on equal level with Lord Krishna himself. And Lord Shiva says to the Prachetas that you, the Prachetas, you respect me, and I'm also dear to you. Actually, you are respecting me also on the same level as you respect Lord Vishnu. So there's a perfect understanding between these personalities. These are the greatest personalities, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, the devotees of the Lord, and they never show any disrespect to anyone. They worship Lord Shiva, they worship Lord Vishnu, they understand that Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee, therefore he is due respect on the same level. As Prabhupada mentions in the purport, that in Vrindavan there is a temple of Lord Shiva called Gopishwar, and it is a very famous temple there in Vrindavan. All the devotees who are doing parikrama, they also go to Gopishwar and offer respect to Gopishwar, Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is in Vrindavan as the protector of the Dham, and he is always worshipping Lord Krishna himself. Actually, when Lord Krishna appeared in this world, Lord Shiva came to see him, and from Kailash he came all the way to Vrindavan, and he came to the house of Nanda Yasoda with the aim of having darshan of Lord Krishna. Yasodamai, she was carrying the baby Lord Krishna, but when she saw Lord Shiva, she could not recognize exactly. She thought that this Babaji is looking very dirty, full of ashes and with a long hair, and it's not, if the baby Krishna is presented to this person, the baby Krishna will be very much afraid, and he will not like to see such a person. So Yasoda told, don't come here, you go back. You go back, don't come here. In this way she spoke to Lord Shiva. She could not recognize. And at that time then, Lord Krishna started to cry. He was crying and crying non-stop. Then somebody told Yashoda that what happened? Why your baby is crying? Something happened. Then she said, yes, one Babaji came and I sent him out. Oh, that is why Lord Krishna is crying. He wants to see that Babaji. And so that Babaji was called back from the marketplace and he came back to Yasodamai's house. And as soon as Lord Krishna saw Lord Shiva in this way, he stopped crying. He was very happy. So Lord Krishna meeting Lord Shiva in this way at the beginning was very auspicious. In this way we understand the relationship. In the Brahma Samhita, there is one sloka number 45, that explains the relationship between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. It is said that Chiram yatha dadivikara visesha yogat samjayate nahi tata pritagasti heto yasambudam abhidada samupaiti karyat govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. The understanding is that Chiram yatha dadi, there are two things. One is milk, the other one is yogurt. What is the relationship between milk and yogurt? Somebody can say that there is no difference. Yogurt is simply milk. You take milk, you churn it a little bit, and you put some acid, like a lemon substance, some drops of lemon, and the milk becomes curd. In this way, curd is the outcome of milk. So this Brahma Samhita describes in this way the relationship between Lord Krishna and Lord Shiva. Samjayate nahi tata pritagasti hetoho. Actually, it seems to be different. Curd is different from milk. But at the same time, curd is not different. It is the same as milk. So that is the relationship between milk and curd. From curd, you cannot get milk. From milk, you get curd. And in this way, this is the same product, but with some type of transformation. Yasambhutam apitata samupaiti karyat govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. So in this way, Lord Krishna is the origin, just like milk is the origin. And from Lord Krishna, then Lord Shiva appears for a particular purpose. How Lord Krishna appears as Lord Shiva? Lord Krishna has multi-potencies. He has the material potency, the jiva potency. He has the chit, shakti, spiritual potency. With the help of these potencies, he can create anything. He can create the material world. He can expand into the jivas, and he can also expand as Lord Shiva. But the interaction of these potencies, in this way, the appearance of Lord Shiva from Lord Krishna is described in the Brahma Samhita. That means that in one sense there is no difference, and in another sense there is difference. We cannot say that there is absolute equality or oneness in all respect. Just like Curd is different from milk at the same time. If you have loose motion, the doctor will tell you, don't take milk, you take curd. And if you have the opposite constipation, doctor will don't take dahi, you take milk only. Then your disease will go. So different effects, although the same substance transformed, are having different effects. In this way, Lord Shiva appears from Lord Krishna for some particular purpose. Lord Krishna also empowers Lord Brahma for the sake of creation. And Lord Shiva is empowered by Lord Krishna in the matter of destruction. Destruction is very important. If there is no destruction of the world, so how the jivas are going to recuperate? They live for so many thousands and millions of years, and sometime they have to take complete rest. So that is the function of Lord Shiva, to give complete rest to the jivas and to the world for as long as Brahma's day is there, Brahma's night is also equal. And in this way, Lord Shiva plays a very important role in the material world. Another mission, for instance, Lord Shiva is the incarnation. He has come as Shankaracharya, as an incarnation. That is also one particular duty that Lord Shiva has taken by the order of Lord Krishna. You come as the Mayavad philosopher, so that you spread this Mayavad philosophy in the age of Kali. So what is the importance of this? Shankaracharya has removed the Buddhist philosophy. By preaching from the Vedas, he has taken a Mayavad philosophy which is very near, very close to Buddhism. But he has taken from Vedas. Therefore, Veda again became the standard scripture after the advent of Shankaracharya. Otherwise, Lord Buddha had told that Veda is not valid pramana. Don't consider the Veda. You just simply follow my philosophy, that's all. Nihilism. Nihilism means that Veda also should be discarded. Nil. The conclusion is zero. Zero is the ultimate goal. But Shankaracharya established again the importance of the Vedic scriptures. So therefore, it was very important on the part of Shankaracharya. At the same time, because it is Mayavad philosophy, it is very favorable for Kali Yuga to progress. In this way, Lord Shiva also helps the material world in different ways. So, as mentioned here by Srila Prabhupada, Lord Shiva is blessing the devotees of the Lord. Just like the gopis of Vrindavan and many other devotees of Lord Vishnu, they worship Lord Shiva to develop their Krishna consciousness. They know very well that Lord Shiva can give Krishna Bhakti. He is himself the greatest Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Bhakta. So he can give Krishna Bhakti. And that is why the devotees of Lord Vishnu also can worship Lord Shiva in order to beg from him, please give me Krishna Bhakti. I don't have any Bhakti. Please give me Krishna Bhakti. And Lord Shiva will be very glad to answer this request by giving Krishna Bhakti. As Prabhupada mentions, that the devotees of the Lord, they approach sometimes the demigods not for any material benefit, but for advancing in Krishna consciousness. That is the purport. Just like the gopis also worship goddess Katyayani, not for any material benefit, but to beg from her, please give me Krishna as her husband. And goddess Katyayani, she was very merciful, and by her mercy, the gopis were able to take Krishna as their husband. There's another example of Lord Shiva blessing one devotee. She was the daughter of a great Muni, and she didn't have any husband. She was lamenting, I don't have any husband. I need a very qualified husband. So she approached Lord Shiva, and she worshipped Lord Shiva, and she begged from Lord Shiva, please give me a good husband. She was very anxious for that. So she again repeated, please give me a good husband. Like this 5 times. She told Lord Shiva in great anxiety to see that her prayer should be approved and fulfilled. And Lord Shiva told her that yes, certainly, in your next life, you will have 5 husbands. Oh, then she said, no, I didn't ask for 5 husbands. I just wanted one good husband. No, Lord Shiva said, no, you 5 times you told me, you requested 5 times. I want, please give me a good husband, 5 times. So Shiva, no, I blessed you, and I cannot change. This is my blessing to you. That cannot be changed. In this way, that daughter of the great Muni appeared as in the next life as Draupadi from the Yajna of Drupad Maharaj. She was not ordinary lady in this way. She had received the blessings of Lord Shiva. And when the Swayamvara was taking place in the palace of Drupad Maharaj, all the kings, all Brahmanas, Maharaja, and even Krishna Balaram also were present. And the Swayamvara was celebrated, and anyone who could put the string on the bow, very big bow was there, putting the string and then putting arrow and shooting the arrow on the target in the ceiling. That person who could do this, then he could take Draupadi as a wife. Nobody else. So all the big kings who were present, they tried their best. They could not. They could not even put the string properly. They fell down on the floor. Arjuna was there. They were all the Pandavas and Kunti Devi traveling together, and they were in disguise of Brahmanas. Nobody could recognize them. They had already came. They had escaped from the house of lack. The house of lack was their house for some time, and it was set on fire. But by Vidura, he warned them, and in this way they could escape in time. And gradually they came to know about the Swayamvara of Draupadi. So they had decided, okay, let us go there. Let us see, we want to see this auspicious Swayamvara. In this way, Arjuna came, and he started to very easily now taking this bow and fixing the arrow and shooting the target high on the ceiling. So immediately he was chosen as the husband, and Draupadi was very happy to, in this way, take Arjuna as a husband. So Arjuna took Draupadi back to their small hut. They were staying outside the palace in a small hut, and Kunti Devi was there, and Yudhishthir and the others were there. So Kunti Devi thought, oh, now you have gone for begging, so let us share whatever you have got. Now let us share between all the brothers. So she did not understand. But Arjuna told her, I didn't come for begging anything for eating. I became the husband of Draupadi. So anyway, already Kunti had given them the blessing. All of you brothers, they should share. Whatever Arjuna is bringing, all of you should share. In this way, Draupadi was shared as a common wife for the 5 Pandavas. So there was a big discussion whether this type of marriage was valid or not. Is it according to Dharma? Or is it against Dharma? Is it possible for any woman to marry several husbands, to have several husbands? Generally, this does not happen. A husband can have many wives, but a woman cannot have more than one husband. That is because she must remain attached to one husband. She cannot divert her mind towards many husbands. So that was the discussion at that time. How is it possible now? These 5 Pandavas, how can they marry one single lady, Draupadi? So Vedavyas was there, and other enlightened personality. They explained. And one example was given. Even the Pachetas, they also married one lady only. That will be seen later on in the Srimad Bhagavatam. That 10 Pachetas living together, very closely together, all great devotees of the Lord. And at that time, there was one lady. She was not ordinary. She was the daughter of a great Muni and Pralochana. Pralochana is a heavenly damsel, and she had come to break the tapasya of a Muni. So out of this union, this one daughter had been born. And this Pralochana, she had left already to heaven. And she didn't care for that young baby girl. And she left her in the forest. So that baby girl became the daughter of the trees in this way. She was looked after by the trees. And then consequently, she grew up in this way. And when there was opportunity, this daughter of Pamlochana, who was raised by the trees, she became the only wife of the 10 Pachetas. So that is also very exceptional, but it is not completely forbidden. On special case, it is not the general rule. It is a very special rule. Exceptionally, a lady can marry several husbands. There are some other examples, but another example is that there were 2 asuras. these asuras, they were together. They were creating a lot of trouble for the entire world. They were destroying everything. They were killing all the brahmanas. They were destroying all the yagyas. And they took over the entire world. So the complaint came, and all the demigods, Indra and others, they came to Lord Brahma. And they said to Lord Brahma, we have to do something. We cannot fight against them. They are far more powerful than us. Please, Lord Brahma, please try to find some solution. How to get rid of these two asuras. And Lord Brahma said, yes, I have some idea. I have some idea. And one heavenly damsel, Tilottama, she was chosen. Lord Brahma told her, you go to these two demons and you make your charm in front of them. I'm sure you will be successful. So Tilottama is very obedient, and she came in front of these two demons, and she started to dance, to sing, and she was showing herself so beautifully. And these two demons, their heart was very, very hard, very hard-hearted, without any compassion. They are ready to kill anyone. But when they saw Tilottama, their heart melted in ecstasy. They became completely overwhelmed by lust. Otherwise, they were not interested in anybody. But Tilottama was exceptionally beautiful. So how she became Tilottama? Actually, she was made so beautiful by Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma, on the order of Lord Brahma, he made this girl the most beautiful. So these two asuras, they could not resist. And they were completely taken away by the beauty of Tilottama. And one asura said, please come here, you are my wife. And the other asura said, no, you come with me, you are my wife. In this way, the two asuras started to fight against each other. And these two asuras, they had taken a boon earlier that you can kill anyone. Nobody can kill you. The only way you can be killed if you fight against each other. That was the boon they had received earlier. So that was the strategy of Lord Brahma, that this lady Tilottama, she will divide these two asuras. And this is exactly what happened. Then they fought against each other and they killed each other. In this way, these two asuras were killed. So that is an example. One lady taking two husbands at a time. It is sometimes we have to be very careful. These lessons we take from Mahabharata are very instructive. But anyway, here the lesson we take from this is that we should approach the demigods, including Lord Shiva, only for Krishna Bhakti, not for any material benefit. Material benefits are temporary and always give trouble. So there is no need of temporary material benefit. We should use our worshipping Lord Shiva begging from him Krishna Bhakti. In this way, that will be the perfection of our worship. Otherwise, we should not approach them for any material benefit. That is the quality of the devotees of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the course of his travels, visited many Shiva temples, just like here, Sri Sailam, and others named Bhubaneswar. He also visited, and he demonstrated in this way that we should be very respectful of the demigods, especially Lord Shiva, who is considered to be the greatest devotee of the Lord. So we can end this lecture here. Here there is also, Lord Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that Lord Rama worshipped Lord Shiva. Sometimes there is a misunderstanding that Lord Ramachandra in Rameswaram, before going to Sri Lanka to fight against Ravana, he worshipped Lord Shiva. Some people have the idea that this proves that Lord Shiva is superior to Lord Rama. Lord Rama is begging from Lord Shiva, please give me the power to fight against Ravana. But this is only a misunderstanding. The real idea is that Lord Rama worshipped Lord Shiva, telling Lord Shiva, I'm going to kill your devotee, so please don't mind. That is the only idea. Lord Rama did not beg anything for extra power. He has sufficient power to kill Ravana. That is not a big problem for him. Only because Ravana is a devotee of Lord Shiva, so he told Lord Shiva, please don't mind, I'm going to kill your devotee, don't mind. That is the only idea. Any other questions or comments? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.